Hello, sixth grade scientists. This is the video to follow up with our first assignment, which is creating a slide for the word observation, which we are adding to our virtual word walls. So in Google Classroom, you have the assignment called Virtual Word Wall Observation Slide, and the instructions are posted there. It says this is going to be your copy of your word wall, and we're going to keep adding to it as we go. This week we are focusing on making one slide for the word observation and turning it in Google Classroom. So if I click on my copy, this is the teacher copy that we did together, and you can see it has some of those describing words that we came up with. And there's a blank slide that you will be adding to for the word observation. So if you weren't online with us, you're going to want to choose a blank slide. I'm going to choose this one because I already typed the word observation in the middle. That's the word we're focusing on. And then we're going to add a definition, which we came up with together. And I did say I want all of you guys to use this one. Any description or measurement gathered by the senses. So I just clicked and I typed in that description, that definition. And now I'm going to go over to, I'm going to go over to the facts and characteristics side. And one of the things I said you could do is you can insert pictures. So if I click insert image, I'm going to click pictures that have to do with making observations. So one of the things that we talked about is using our senses. So if I search for pictures, I'm going to type the word senses here. I don't know why. Oop, because I keep getting out of it. So if I type the word senses, Google's going to look for pictures about senses. I like this one. I'm going to insert this picture here because this is a picture about your senses. And then I have to drag and make it smaller. And I want to put it here because this is a fact or characteristic about observations. We use our senses. And some of the other things that we talked about in class were we use describing words. We can use our sense of sight. We can use our sense of hearing, because those are the two senses that we can use virtually. So I focused on those. And then down here for examples in pictures, again, you could go to insert image, and I'm going to go search the web. And maybe I want to insert pictures of, we were talking about in first period, we were talking about a magnifying glass. That you might look at something under a magnifying glass to make an observation. So I might insert a picture of a magnifying glass as an example. Another thing we did is we also talked about using describing words from our word wall. So if I go back to my word wall, I can see we came up with words like we described the color, we described the shape of those the canisters. We said they were cylinder shaped. So I could add words like describe shape. I could say we could describe, we said there was a loud sound, or we could describe a quiet sound. And I might have to move my picture over so it doesn't go over the top of my words. So you can play around with where your pictures are and your words. But we're coming up with some examples for our observations. Okay, and then lastly, we talked about non-examples. That's things that it's not. And one thing we decided during first period is we said, it is not an opinion. And for example, we said, if we said, it looks weird, That would be an opinion. So that is definitely not an observation. And so hopefully this will help you to fill in your slide for the word observation. Don't forget to go to Google Classroom, go to the assignment, and make sure you click turn in when you're finished so that it counts as your assignment. Thanks, everyone.